These ladies are your bodyguards.
I made one great mistake.
Albert Einstein, the genius of gravity, the maestro of relativity, the man with the most famous tongue action of all time. For 70 years, no one cared about the brain behind E=mc², and the father of modern physics was untouchable. Now, Netflix drops a truth bomb that makes the atom bomb look like a fart bubble in Bertie's bathtub. Here is Einstein and the Bomb, another must-see Netflix classic. This is the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Every event is as real as... I'm a real boy!
Here we are, Professor. Welcome to Rowton Heath.
The genius of geniuses arrives in Rowton Heath, and his accommodation is a right old heap of shit.
Isn't it wonderful?
A violin for the physicist virtuoso. Did they think he was Mozart?
How is he?
As you'd imagine.
Stark raving bonkers.
I assure you, Professor, you are perfectly safe from the long arm of fascism here.
Albert is safe, but who are these fine ladies? Are they part of the entertainment?
Hello, Professor. Hello, Professor.
Ah, students ready to learn from the Grandmaster of General Relativity. They're as lucky can be.
These ladies are your bodyguards.
Wait, what? Ah, yes, that's right. The history books show that Einstein... Wait, hold on a minute. They show that Einstein had... bodyguards. Ah, there you see. This photograph proves it. Two men holding shotgun... Ah, but look, there. Clearly the woman is in charge. Now it all makes sense.
If any unauthorized person comes near, believe me, Professor.
They will most certainly get a charge or two of buckshot.
Perhaps Albert is also the architect of time travel, for in 1933 these two strong and independent ladies sound like they are from the future.
Believe me, Professor.
The physicist Prince of Princeton has never met such beautiful and brave bodyguards.
Hope you understand.
He's the smartest man alive. He smartly lets the women take charge.
Keep a close eye out, ladies. I'm relying on you both.
Without these two noble warriors, the Nobel Prize-winning professor would have been hobnobbing with assassination. Albert goes for a walk down the beach. In his high heels, the run-in with the women has had an instant effect.
I should live only in a country where civil liberty, tolerance, and equality of all citizens before the law prevail.
Albert Einstein, father of modern feminism.
I'm not only a pacifist, but a militant pacifist.
The professor may have been a genius, but he did like an oxymoron.
When did you start thinking about time and space and all those things, Professor?
One question from a woman, and Einstein is off like a shot. Was it something she said?
As a child of 4 or 5, my father...
In his movement, the father of relativity has an uncanny resemblance to Father Jack.
Don't tell me I'm still on that feckin' island!
When I was 4 or 5, I couldn't tie my own shoelaces.
Alright, Albert, that's enough laughing, you sexist show-off. How was Einstein's school life?
You'll never amount to anything, Einstein. You're an extremely clever boy. You have one great fault. You'll never let yourself be told anything.
You can ask him the most difficult questions in the universe. Just don't ask him about school, or he'll go full Peter Sellers.
You'll never amount to anything.
It is only men who are free.
Oh, is that right, Einstein? It's now clear the only subject Albert failed in school was gender studies.
According to the theory of relativity, there's no essential distinction between
Man and woman?
mass and energy.
Oh, mass and energy, more misogyny.
Headline today, lights all askew in the heavens, men of science.
Men of science? What about women?
Professor, could you possibly explain your theory to the man, or possibly the woman, in the street?
That's better. A woman in the street, not in the kitchen. She's a bodyguard pounding ass into concrete.
An hour sitting with a pretty girl on a park bench passes like a minute, but a minute sitting on a hot stove seems like an hour. That's relativity.
A pretty girl, eh? How about an hour with an average girl? Or a body-positive girl? Or a girl who's no longer a girl? The timeless genius always makes time for sexist remarks.
Very funny. That's very funny.
In the modern world, such comments would result in a lengthy selfie apology. Back then, men laughed like male chauvinist hyenas.
Like the man in the fairy tale who turned everything into gold?
Every famous fairy tale has a princess. Of course, the Princeton genius chooses one, with a man. Einstein on one of his famous walks, not with Oppenheimer, but in lockstep with his lovely bodyguards. The more he walks, the more he talks, the more the women realise Albert is mansplaining.
Sorry, Professor, but are you saying it could be possible to somehow release that energy?
Almost impossible that we should ever succeed in so doing.
Still, energy released on that scale sounds rather worrying.
How the world would have looked very different if Brainy Bertie had listened to a woman. Bang bang, Bertie ain't dead, 'cause the expert markswomen will shoot instead.
Spending some more time chatting with the professor, Marjorie?
He's been explaining the finer points of his theory of relativity to us.
And?
And I'm quite certain that he understands it.
Einstein had a brain from the heavens, but his need to mansplain is hell for 1930s markswomen bodyguards like Marjorie.
Epstein.
Epstein?
No. Einstein.
Einstein says his name like he just licked the window on Forrest Gump's school bus.
Einstein.
Are you stupid or something?
Einstein's theory of relativity is nothing less than scientific Dadaism.
You whatism?
Dadaism.
You know, I don't have any idea what that means.
Dada is...
Dada!
Is it discrimination against babies? The pacifist professor, also practitioner of passive smoking.
Professor, do you think you might put out your pipe?
I would rather view the individual in the fog and semi-darkness than in the light.
A visionary genius, and even more visionary maker of excuses. No wonder he had problems in school. Albert tops up his suntan on a beach that looks like the top of his own head.
I am going to Japan because that means 12 weeks of peace on the open sea.
Jesus Christ!
When I was young, all I wanted from life was to sit quietly.
More old stories from Uncle Albert.
Well, if you say during the war once more, I'm going to pour this cup of tea right over your head.
Albert speaks at the Royal Albert Hall, and like a true royal, Albert practices his speech.
The opportunity, an opportunity. I am glad, opportunity, an opportunity. I am glad. How can we save mankind?
Mankind? What about womankind? Peoplekind? Or the kind of people who don't identify as people?
I feel like I identify as a cat. I snack a lot.
One can only hope that the present crisis will lead to a better world.
A world of hugs, handshakes, and tearful bodyguards.
After years of scientific endeavor, the Manhattan Project has delivered an atomic bomb.
Sorry, Professor, but energy released on that scale sounds rather worrying.
Finally, the grandfather of the atomic bomb will answer for his theoretical, scientific, and Nobel Prize-winning crimes.
I made one great mistake in my life. Had I known, I never would have lifted a finger.
But you did know, Albert, didn't you? Your woman bodyguard told you in 1933. If you spent more time listening instead of mansplaining, the world would have been a better place for everyone.
One thing I have learned in a long life
Okay, now you get it.
is that all our science measured against reality is childlike.
Oh, come on. You cracked the code of the universe, but you can't see your sexist ways have cost us our planet. One more chance, Albert.
We must not condemn man.
That does it, Birdie. E equals MC squared is E equals MC circled for cancellation.
The fate of mankind hinges entirely upon man's moral development.
Eureka! Bingo! Winner, winner, Einstein spinner. The fate of the world lies in man's moral development. Not woman's, but man's. Perhaps woman can offer man some tips. Albert Einstein, one of history's greatest minds, but lest we never forget that he made a massive mistake of misogyny. Behind this great man were two great women bodyguards, and if Albert had heeded their advice, there would have been peace on earth and paradise. Fear not, however, for it's not too late. A streaming giant is leading the way to a brighter day, a better tomorrow, documentaries that bring a rainbow and end the sorrow. Thank you, Netflix, for saving the world one special documentary at a time.
Very funny. That's very funny indeed.